34. You at 34 or 35? Oh. Well, then I will hug you.
Check, check. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our 2021 Women of Influence. I am so happy to see people in person. I hope you guys are happy as well. We are going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to introduce our fabulous MC, Miss Maydi Gomez.
Good morning. How's everybody doing? Oh, no. After a year and a half of being stuck at home, how's everybody doing? There you go. That sounds a lot better. Listen, I got a side note real quick. I have been wearing my mask. I took it off just probably like 20 minutes before coming on stage just because I looked like I had been kissing myself all day, all over my face. I know you ladies can relate. That lipstick is going everywhere. When you have lipstick on your eyelashes, you know there's a problem. All right, so good morning again. Like it was mentioned, my name is Maydi Gomez, and I am a morning news anchor for Fox San Antonio, Channel 29. I'm going to be your MC for today's celebration. So welcome to YWCA's San Antonio's 11th Annual Women of Influence Luncheon. Today's event celebrates YWCA's mission to empower women and eliminate racism by honoring women who live this mission by inspiring and lifting up others in our community. Today's event is made possible by our sponsor, Valero Energy Corporation. So thank you, Valero, for your support and everything you do in our community. So we want to thank all of you guys for joining us today, those of you who are listed in the program and on the screen as well. Take a look. So your support for this event helps YWCA continue to serve women and their families right here in our community. So take a look over here on the left-hand side as well, because you are going to see that our raffle today also supports the work of YWCA. So be sure to buy your raffle ticket for a chance to win 5 exciting things. So here are the packages that we're talking about, exciting. So by the way, YWCA staff members at tables in the back of the room will be selling raffle tickets until 12:30. Prizes include, here we go, 2 wine and dine packages, 1 family fun package, a wellness and self-care package, 2 golf and drink packages, and our grand prize, listen to this, an America's Diamond pendant. How about that? And here's a question I'd be asking. So what are we talking about? So tickets are $20 each, or you can also buy 3 for $55. Again, if you didn't drop your business card in the fishbowl at check-in also, please hold up your card and a staff member will pick it up from you. Now this is for a chance to win something completely different. This is the Day of Pampering package, which includes a gift card to Hiatus Spa and a Bath and Body Works gift card. Don't forget candle season is here. All right, so at this time, please welcome to the stage for our invocation, Reverend Diane Garcia of the Mennonite Church of San Antonio. Lena Modiwala of the Northside Islamic Center of San Antonio. And Destiny Hernandez of the Tapilam Powala Key Nation, Payaya Tribe of American Indians in Texas. How do we do? Thanks so much.
Good morning. Let us pray. God, thank you so much for this gathering, for the presence of each person here and their commitment to come together, to spend this time together, to listen well, to see well. God, you are the God who sees. You see us and you love us past all of these other identities that we give ourselves or that are given to us. Help us, God, to see each other well, as you see us, to see each other as your beloved children, to see your goodness and your hope and your love in one another. Open the eyes of our heart, God, as we gather here so that we can see clearly with your sight of tender love. Bless this time together, God. Bless this moment and the words that are shared as a time to Plant seeds of your love and justice in each person here. Seeds that will grow in and through each of us after we leave and when we return home to our families and our communities. God, in the name of Christ we pray. Amen.
We ask God Almighty, the Creator, the Sustainer, who generously blesses us and who tests our resolve, to gift us with fortitude in the face of adversity, kindness in the face of difficulty, courage in the face of tyranny, and strength of heart, mind, soul. Amen. O Lord, we thank you for your bounty. Bless us with influence that will benefit us and others. Through us, protect us from the harms of power and protect others from causing any of your creation harm. Forgive our shortcomings and guide us to the truth. Enable us to fulfill the trust that we have with you, the covenant that we have with you. We ask you, O God, to guide us. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those whom you favor, not of those who have angered you, nor of those who have gone astray.
Kawahayo nami tuchem naptu tiil manam. To all of my relations, good morning. That was in the language of Pahalate, which is the language of the Aboriginal people of San Antonio, Yanawana. I want to take this time to acknowledge the land that we are on, the ancestors who have been here, and I want to acknowledge all of you. I'm grateful to be in the presence of such amazing women. Thank you for your strength, for your fortitude, perseverance, and femininity. I'm also going to offer a song. O mete yo peo sintonan sin rali. O mete yo peo sintonan sin. O mete yo peo sintonan sin rali. O mete yo peo sintonan sin. Hey Anna, 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 oh. Hey Anna, 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 oh. Nalesan tamo.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your lovely blessing, and we appreciate your inspiring words. And now, please enjoy your lunch provided by True Flavors. Don't forget to check in on Facebook, take pictures, and share on social media with the hashtag Women of Influence 2021. And at this time, I would like to recognize several individuals in the room today. Commission Trish DeBerry, Precinct 3. Assistant City Manager Lori Houston, Consul General Mexico Ruben Minuti Sanada, Consul Comunidades Susan Monreal, Dr. Mike Flores, Chancellor of the Alamo Colleges District, Shirley Gonzalez, former City Council member for District 5, and Honorable Chief Justice Sandy Bryan Morion Women of Influence Honoree of 2018, and last but not least, the Honorable Justice Lori Valenzuela, and actually I have one more, and that is Mary M. Dennis, the Mayor of Live Oak. Now it is my pleasure to introduce YWCA's San Antonio CEO, Francesca Rattray.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Mady. First, let's give another round of applause to Reverend Diane Garcia, Lena Motowala, and Destiny Hernandez for that beautiful blessing. Thank you to all of you here today for making this day possible and for being in person and in community. So let's have a celebration for that. And this day really could not be possible without Valero. So please join me in thanking Valero, whose generosity made it possible to present the videos and stories we will share today. I would like to recognize our very hardworking board. Their encouragement and leadership and generosity has helped YWCA San Antonio stay strong during this crazy past 2 years. And so please, board members, if you can stand for a moment and be recognized, a big round of applause to our board members. I'd like to give a special shout out to Doug and Corinne McPherson's, whose unexpected generosity during the Big Give has made it possible for children in our childcare to enjoy nature and spend more time playing outside. So thank you, Doug and Corinna. Our work and this day and this project would not be possible without the whole YWCA team. You are all rock stars, especially Michelle, Dora, Norma, and Donna. Thank you all so much. And so our project, Why Can't They Just, began as a vision, and the production team who brought this vision to life included creative direction by Martha Martinez Flores and Heather Chandler of IMG Productions. Martha and Heather, thank you very much. Why Can't They Just has had personal significance for everyone who worked on it and became a labor of love, especially for the YWCA team who worked on it. Coda Rayo Garza, our Director of Racial Justice and Gender Equity, and Teresa Garza, Marketing Manager. Coda and Teresa, please stand. This project was also very personal for me. Growing up in a solidly working-class family, the oldest of 5 kids, I remember financial insecurity constantly hanging over our heads. My mom was a nurse and took on several shifts. My dad often worked many jobs, and for a long time, our family depended on services like those provided by YWCA: free health clinic, food pantry boxes, and childcare. I was the first on both sides of my family to go to college, and like Iris, who you'll meet in a minute, I thought college was going to be a silver bullet. But as you can see, I chose the nonprofit world, and because of my family experience, chose to go into service. So with my nonprofit salary, I was paying off student loan debt for decades. It would be a long time before I was on solid financial ground. But the one thing that stuck with me was this shame and guilt. Why couldn't I have been smarter with my money? Why couldn't I have chosen a more lucrative career? So when I began working at YWCA and shared the mission and who we served, I would often hear that same shame and blame like this, directed at the women we serve. When does it become an issue of personal responsibility, some would ask? I mean, why can't they just stay in school? Why can't they just save their money? And even, why can't they just stay married and stop having kids? So when we learned of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation opportunity with a chance to change the narrative about poverty, I thought about this shame and blame, and I thought about the women YWCA serves in our community. Many single mothers working hard to care for their families. I wanted the world to walk in their shoes and know what it was like to navigate the daily challenges of public transportation, childcare, and the after-work caregiving. And also the systemic racism and sexism, just to make it through the day. So why can't they just is a response to those who believe that poverty is a personal choice. But as COVID has shown us, there is no safety net, at least not yet. And we are all one catastrophic event away from financial insecurity. So as you will see in these next videos, all of which are available on our new website, the women who have shared their stories to help change the narrative from shame to dignity by showing the resilience, the courage, and the creativity that they have relied upon to overcome systemic barriers to self-sufficiency and well-being for themselves and their families. Thank you all again for being here, and I'm especially grateful to our 8 honorees who have shared their powerful stories as a force for change in our community. Thank you.
Wow, that was very powerful. How many women in here can relate to everything that Francesca just said? I know I can, that's for sure. So again, thank you, Francesca. And as Francesca said, today we are honoring 8 women who have shared their stories and videos that aim to change the way we think about poverty. Now, these videos and more, by the way, are available on YWCA's new website, which is called whycan'ttheyjust.org. Again, whycan'ttheyjust.org. So it is now my great honor to begin our video presentation. So we will introduce each video and bring all of our honorees up to the stage at the end. Now, our first honoree, Angela Driver, shares the story of housing and neighborhoods, addressing the question, why can't they just live in better neighborhoods?
I am a pre-K teacher. I teach for the joy of the kids, of learning, and I just have fun with them, just to watch them grow. My name is Angela. I am 60 years old, and this is my story. I grew up in the Sutton homes, and I come from a family of 7, single household. Looking back, I know that was a big responsibility for her to care for all of us the way that she did, just to make sure that we had a roof over our head and food to eat. And I could see that it may have been a struggle, you know, for her. I have 2 kids. My oldest, her name is Anissa. It was more than what I anticipated for his life to be. Once I got a divorce, then I saw my kids changing because it affected them. Well, Joshua, he got to high school and he found out that his dad was in jail. And I guess it affected him in a way, and he just burned out. The first time I had to deal with this, I get a call at 12 o'clock at night, and they let me know that he's in juvenile. He was 15. I know that I had to go to court, and I'm standing there in disbelief that I'm in court with my son, and I really don't understand why. Officer, he said, I know he comes from a good place, but just let him go, you know. Well, for me as a parent, that's kind of hard, but he didn't change. And we went through everything that we went through, and he ended up in prison. For me, raising a black young man, it was hard because I always felt guilty. Was it something I did? Was it something I missed on my behalf as his mom? You know, I felt guilty because I had to work to get off of welfare. That was not an option for me, but I knew I had to have something to take care of them. And so with me going to school and me working 12 hours as a CNA, and I did that over 20 years, and then I just felt, how do a woman raise a boy to be a man? I remember I get a phone call from a friend of his, and he says, Ms. Wilson, Joshua's been shot. And I just sit there, and I don't look back to blame anyone, because he's my responsibility. You get on housing, and housing is really, I would think it was there to help you to feel better about where you stay, but you're only limited to where you can live. And yet that's where the system fails, where people discriminate against you when you try to get a better apartment. That's the downfall there. And then you have to stay in this little bitty block, which is not good company for your kids. When you're in the school system, it's not the best, because you have to be here. If you're on Section 8, you have to. And if you can't afford to pay the rent, then you can't afford to break off of it. But I did, but it was too late. I know it's not going to be easy for him. I know this. I'm just hopeful that he will find the right support to support him on his journey for, job placement, place to stay. Don't judge single moms. Those are the women, the single parents who work the hardest to make things better in the world, or make a difference, because you're so hard on them that they're going to do everything in their power to prove you wrong.
So powerful. Hi everyone, my name is Coda Rayo Garza. I am the Director of Racial Justice and Gender Equity for the YWCA, and I am co-creator of Why Can't They Just? As Angela's story just showed, under-resourced neighborhoods can have a domino effect on schools, safety, and our families. Our next honoree, Bianca Alejandra, addresses the issue of language and discrimination as a barrier to success and self-sufficiency.
Yo tengo una tiendita chiquitita en un shop de antigüedades. Y vendo ropa, de repente diseños míos. Otro también estoy en banquetería, ese es un part-time. A ver qué tal. Este es un evento de una boda. Yo siempre estoy trabajando. Hola, ¿qué tal? Mi nombre es Bianca y esta es mi historia. Soy de Torreón, Coahuila, México. Me vine desde muy niña con mi mamá a buscar el sueño americano, como muchos, cuando tenía 7 años. Mi mamá llegó con visa. Cuando mi mamá se separa de mi padrastro llegó a un punto de hacernos maltrato familiar. De hecho, mi padrastro una vez más dijo, es que regrésense a México, como vinieron, regrésense, yo no los quiero aquí. Y mi mamá se agarró de valor. Entonces dice, mamá, no, es que ya nos queremos ir porque pues este señor sí nos maltrata mucho en la casa, que sufres ver el racismo en tu propia casa. Yo lo viví con mi padrastro y mi mamá, que le decía cosas muy feas. Por una discusión fuerte, que creo que fue lo que, boom, hizo una bomba. Dijo, mamá, ¿sabes que ya nos vamos? Porque, no, estás afectando a mis hijos. Dijo, mamá, no. Dijo, la dignidad mía y de mis hijos vale más que una casa. De hecho, mi mamá ya hasta se quería ir de aquí de Estados Unidos. Nosotros somos residentes. Nos ayudó una organización. Para nosotros, América, Estados Unidos, nos ha dado mucho. Yo siempre he dicho algo, que México es mi madre y Estados Unidos es mi padre. Mi mamá no habla nada inglés, habla cero, no habla nada. Agarraba clases en las tardes en nuestra escuela para poder aprender, pero si iba a las clases, pues se perdía su trabajo, y si no iba a su trabajo, pues no pagaba la renta. Entonces, o comíamos o aprendía. Entonces ella decidió mejor pues trabajar, dedicarse a nosotros. A mí me impacta mucho la barrera del idioma, y lo veo conforme tratan a mi mamá, o como la ve la gente, o muchas veces porque es morena, o porque se ve diferente a mí, o porque no sabe inglés, la tratan menos. Mucha gente a veces no aprende el inglés, pero no es porque no quiera, sino que porque a lo mejor esa mujer o ese hombre es una persona que está manteniendo un hogar, que tiene hasta 2 trabajos o hasta 3, que es mamá, papá o mamá a la vez. Y aparte tiene responsabilidades en casa. Cuando apliqué para ir a colegio, porque yo dije, yo quiero aplicar, y a mí me decían en la escuela, o cuando iba a la counselor, a la consejera, dijo, no, es que tu idioma no es tan técnico, tú ocupas un inglés técnico para leer, para expresarte, no creo. Entonces dije, no, yo al menos quiero intentarlo. Yo quería intentarlo y no. En una cadena de pizzería, cuando fui a pedir trabajo, de hecho antesito de la pandemia, yo quería, era como que yo quiero ser pues driver, ¿no? Y iba muy bien la entrevista, y hasta cuando, ¿are you American citizen? No, I'm resident. Oh, ok. Yo sentí que por eso, o por mi acento, o pensaron que por ser de otro país, no lo iba a lograr. Estar trabajando aquí en los Estados Unidos, más de 3 trabajos, y aún así no alcanzas, es de que wow. Y pues todos somos iguales, todos somos seres humanos, no importa el color, la raza, no importa si eres morenito, si te falta un pie, o si eres calvo, todos somos iguales. Yo me haría completamente feliz pues tener un trabajo estable, y yo siento que con el tiempo y poco a poco pues lo voy a lograr.
Hello, I'm Michelle Serna, Development Manager for YWCA San Antonio. As Bianca's story showed us, we need to rethink the way our schools support students, especially non-traditional students. Our next honoree, Brittany Reyes, addresses the question, why can't they just finish school?
Oh, I love my son. He's like a big eye-opening for me, because I think if I didn't have him, I would be in the streets. My name is Brittany. I'm 22 years old, and this is my story. 4 of my uncles raised me. They did everything for me. My mom was in my life, but wasn't in my life as a mother should be. She was addicted to a drug that made me lose her, and then she got with someone that made me lose her even more. When I became like 12, 13 years old, that's when I finally got my mom. She went on a retreat, and she decided to actually be part of my life. I lived with one of my uncles for like my whole life. He's the one that passed away. It was a very hard thing for me, because he's the one that actually raised me, like took care of me, and losing him was a big thing for me. I lost myself for a while. My 12th grade year is when I lost my niece. My mom took the custody, but my mom has a full-time job as well, so she couldn't really take care of them, because it was 3 of them, and they were still little. I took the responsibility of taking them, getting them ready for doctor's appointments, for everything, which made me miss so much school. They called me down to the office. I sat there, and they said like, hey, like this is the end of the year. You're not passing at all. You're not gonna graduate. That broke me. I cried in front of my counselor. After a while, I met this person that I thought was like Prince Charming. As I was in this relationship, a month came and I was pregnant. And I lost it. I didn't know what to do. I cried to my uncle, the one that really raised me. He's one that I hurt a lot. Like, he was like, you're still young. Like, you didn't graduate. I was like, I know I was still young. And I didn't know what to do. I could say I gave up on my life. I was like, I'm never gonna get nowhere with being pregnant now. Finally, I went back to school and I walked the stage being pregnant still. I was about probably like 14 weeks pregnant by that time. After that, I felt like, okay, well, now I'm gonna get myself a job. So I moved out of my mom's house and I lived with the father of my child. I got abused by him being pregnant. I got told ugly stuff. You're never gonna make it in life. You're pregnant now. Like, who's gonna want you now? I didn't tell anyone. I couldn't tell anyone because I was scared. I had my child and it just got worse. One day he busted my cheek and I came to work like that. I almost lost my job because of him. To me, I need more money. I think that's why I want to go to college to do my dream, because I need the money. $7.25, $12 don't cut a lot anymore. I have bills. I'm 22 years old. I have more responsibilities. Not only that, now I have a child to take care of. It sucks because in my, the food stamp part, I only get $19 of food stamps for me and my child. They say I make too much. I think that's wrong because I don't make barely anything, anything. Finally, one of the ladies here said hey, you're young, do you want to go back to college? And I was like, no, I don't have the money. And then she was like, no, come talk to me, I could help you. So I said, okay. And I doubted myself. I really did. I was like, I'll try it, but I won't do it. I won't make it. And no, I did make it. I got accepted to Our Lady of the Lake University for criminal justice. And that's my dream since high school, was criminal justice. And I will finish it. I really will.
You will make it. You will. Each of these stories share one important message. The system is broken. Our next honoree, Iris Nuno, shows that sometimes working hard is not enough, and that it can be easy to fall into the gaps in the system.
I always had that in my mind where I told myself, I want a good life. I want to better myself, but I think my passion was more of I want to help others. Hi, my name's Iris. I'm 44 years old, and this is my story. I'm a single mom. I do have a son. He's 6 years old, and he's been my everything. Never thought to be a single mom. It just kind of happened that way. His father's not involved at all whatsoever, so I get no help. He never sees his dad. He knows who his dad is, just never sees him. His name is Jared. He is a very happy boy. We're basically together 24/7. There's no day we're apart. I did graduate with a psychology degree. I got a minor in Spanish education. I became the Spanish teacher in our school. My strength, I think, comes basically just from my son, just seeing his face. He's my motivation. He's everything. You think that you're gonna, you graduate from school and you're gonna get paid all this money, you're gonna be able to pay your student loans and everything. Well, no, it doesn't work that way. And it just seemed like I never had the opportunity to actually save. It was just paying bills after bills after bills. I feel like, oh my goodness, I've worked so hard, but I feel like every day I live pay to paycheck. it's never given me the opportunity to actually save for a home, which I want a home because that's what my son tells me all the time. You know, he's like, Mom, why can't we have a house? I wish we had a backyard so I could play, or we could get a dog. People think like, well, you must get paid pretty good money, or you know, or you did a career, how come you're not where you're supposed to be at? For any single parent, you work so hard just to get to where you're at. And I think sometimes people don't understand that. They think that, oh, it's easy, you could go ask. No, I've gone to ask for help. And that's another thing. I have friends that tell me, no, pues ve y pide estampillas o pide ayuda médica. I've gone to ask for help. There's been situations where I feel like, can I get help, you know, for him, like insurance-wise? No, because you're just right at that line. This is what I've done personally. I take my bills, I take everything, and I tell them, you tell me I have to pay all this, and you tell me I need to pay for insurance. I don't have enough money, or I don't have enough money for food. But you tell me I'm right there, so you can't help me? I think when I left that day, knowing, you know, that I was just getting $50, I told myself, I have to do something. I've seen other single moms that have been able to raise their, you know, their children. And then you see them later on in the future once they're older, and they're good, you know, and they have a family, and they don't have the issues that you went through. I think that's, for me, just seeing my son maybe in the future and knowing that he's gonna be good and he's gonna have a good future and he's gonna have a family and he might not go through everything I had to go through. That's where my strength comes in. In the future, I would like for my son to say my mom was bien luchona, trabajadora. She never gave up, no matter what.
Hi, I'm Teresa Garza. I'm the marketing manager at the YWCA San Antonio, and I'm also the co-creator of the Why Can't They Just project. Thank you. Children who grow up in poverty are more vulnerable to abuse or trauma that stay with them until adulthood. So our next honoree, Juliana Bartlett, she addresses the question, why can you speak up? And it is important to say that the following video contains abuse, and it may be uncomfortable for some viewers. Thank you.
So Monday through Friday from 8 o'clock to 4:30, I'll work. And then on the weekends, I'll usually do it from 8 in the morning till at night if I can. And that's with the kids with me. Hi, I'm Juliana. I'm 31 years old, and this is my story. I'm a single mother of 3. My occupation right now currently is I do deliveries. My mom had me when she was 14. My father at the time was 18 years old. He was in my life for a little bit, until like I was about 4 or 5. And then I never saw him anymore after that. I have no contact with him. I know he's in prison, that's about it. My mom also had my other sister when she was 16. So there my mom was, with 2 little girls, but she did it. She somehow figured out ways for us to get by, and we lived place to place. Actually, when I was probably about I think 5 or 6 or so, we lived in the shelter for a bit because we had nowhere to go. My grandmother's place was the only place we could go, and even at that, everybody lived there. When I was around 5 or 6, like I said, my mom was young. She was, she had been with this man. He was a lot older than her. I knew he was abusive to my mom. I knew he didn't treat her right. We moved place to place. I try not to remember it. I still think of it as like, maybe this is a nightmare to me. I even remember where we lived. We lived on the east side in an apartment on the 2nd floor. And he would make me do things to him, and he did things to me. I remember he told me, like, don't tell your mom anything, you better be quiet, things like that. And I remember I just didn't feel good. I remember I cried and cried. My mom was at work, so he basically took care of us while she was working. And it's not like I go out and about, like, hey, this is what happened to me, but I just feel that there can be somebody else who can relate to me, just so that's why I feel like it's just so important just to share that. About a year ago, I got out of a serious relationship, and I think that was my breaking point. Like, I couldn't rely on anybody else to help take care of me or my kids. I was just like, okay, you need to get it together, Juliana, and start doing for your kids. And that's exactly what I did. Right now, I'm working full-time. I work Monday through Friday, sometimes the weekends, just so I can make that extra money, just to make sure I pay all my bills. It's the job that I do, it's not something where they have like insurance for me. My kids have Medicaid. I don't have any health insurance or anything like that. Sometimes the kids will go with me just so I can make that extra money, or even on the weekdays, if I have to pick them up from daycare or school and then go work afterwards to make, money to pay my bills, then that's what I have to do. They have to go with me sometimes. They do not like working with me. Can we go home? I'm hungry. I don't want to do this. I said, okay, well, you need a roof over your head, don't you? And they're like, oh, Mom, come on. And yeah, it's a fight with them every day. Every day it's a fight with them, but they know I have to do it. I just wish a lot of people understood it isn't easy. You need that help, and sometimes you just don't have that help, and it's just harder. With me, for example, with myself, I just had to get up one day and be like, I'm tired of this. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to struggle. I want to get my life together. I don't want to be able to ask for the help anymore. I want to be able to get my kids everything they want and they need. My oldest, she has been through a lot because she's basically grew up with me, but I don't want her to see that anymore. And I want her to see, like, look, my mom's tough, my mom's strong, my mom went through this, so let me be strong too now. I want her to be a powerful woman.
Good morning. My name is Veronica Sanders. I'm the Director of Economic Empowerment. I first knew about our next honoree, Francia Martinez, when she was referred to YWCA, homeless and seeking child care for her 2 children, one of them with special needs. Francia's story shines the light on what they say, why don't just do things right? Why don't they follow the rules? Well, her story shines a light on this very issue of immigration and human trafficking.
Ahorita estoy tratando de terminar la preparatoria aquí y estoy en mis clases de inglés. Y luego me conecto a mis clases del GED. Soy Francia, tengo 30 años de edad y esta es mi historia. Tengo 4 hijos en total. 2 hijos en México y 2 aquí en Estados Unidos. Hace 3 años, casi 4, llegué aquí a San Antonio, traída por personas que dijeron que iba a tener una mejor vida, a acompañar aquí a mi esposo, que aquí estaba también. Pero al momento ya de estar aquí, es una deuda inmensa, que nunca termina uno de pagar y que esa persona nos hizo demasiado daño. Teníamos la deuda de ella, teníamos la deuda porque ella nos tenía casa, nos rentaba la casa, nos rentaba la camioneta, nos pagaba los teléfonos. O sea, ella nos tenía controlado hasta los teléfonos. O sea, de que el cheque era de ella. Otras personas que al momento de, no, pues son indocumentados, les pagamos cualquier cosa. O simplemente no les pagamos el trabajo. Tantas veces nos hicieron eso, o los vamos a acusar. Ese trabajo está bien y todo, pero ¿sabes qué? Se nos perdió un reloj. Y váyanse de aquí si no llamó a la policía. Es una impotencia. Porque mi esposo, no, pues ya vamos a poder sacar para una casa, para rentar aunque sea un hotel. Y nos salen con eso. Y a veces sin comer. Pero Dios es muy grande. Porque así como nos puso gente mala, también nos puso gente buena en el camino. La misma persona que nos trajo, en complicidad de otras personas, nos denunció ante ICE. El momento que yo me subo a la camioneta, mi esposo prende la camioneta y es en el momento de que nos rodea. Como si fuéramos delincuentes. Nos apuntan con pistolas, los niños empiezan a llorar. Dije, no, espérate, ¿quiénes son? ¿Dónde están las drogas? ¿Dónde están las armas? Así. ¿Traes drogas? ¿Traes identificaciones? Pero nosotros en ningún momento sabíamos que era ICE. No, pues aquí están. Porque llegaron como 4 o 5 patrullas y con sirenas. Mi niño mayor es autista, en cualquier disturbio lo estresa y lo pone a llorar muy fuerte. No dejaron que nos bajáramos de la camioneta, solo vieron las identificaciones y ya en el momento que checan las identificaciones, una denuncia que hubo, y tienen orden de arresto. Pero me preguntan a mí que si los niños son legales. Dije, no, ellos son nacidos aquí. Ok, por el momento a ti no te vamos a llevar, pero a tu esposo sí. ¿Qué no hago para sobrevivir? Hago de todo. Hago tamales, hago pasteles, hago atoles, hago platillos, limpio casas. Si quisiera dejar todo aquí, irme, pero por una parte está mi niño de 2 años. Él está en terapias. Él posiblemente le hagan una operación. Y no creo que al momento de regresarme a México tengamos dinero para la atención médica que mi hijo necesita. Pero lo más seguro es que me vayan a deportar también. Nosotros como indocumentados somos los que más trabajamos por este país. Porque nosotros, aunque no tengamos un seguro social, no tengamos una identificación, nosotros trabajamos. Aunque no nos paguen lo que es, nosotros le echamos ganas. Al final de cuentas es la ley y tengo que respetar, admitir que pues tengo que cumplir las leyes, pero yo sé que las leyes también en un día me van a ayudar.
Hi, my name is Melissa Lázaro, and I'm the YWCA Director of Programs. YWCA helps the most vulnerable access healthcare in our community, but often we hear, why can't they just take better care of themselves? Our next honoree, Liliana Agriais, explains how high quality and affordable healthcare is not always available This is her story.
La manera de cómo pude monitorear mi embarazo fue buscando atención médica en Nuevo Laredo porque no calificaba para un plan de salud en Estados Unidos. Mi nombre es Liliana y esa es mi historia. Bueno, la razón obviamente por la que llego a Laredo, Texas es porque tengo familia ahí, la familia por parte de mi mamá son de Nuevo Laredo, entonces para nosotros es como que una manera pues fácil de llegar ahí y pues buscar otras oportunidades en Estados Unidos. Llego yo con una visa de turista, eso me permite pues entrar a Estados Unidos de una manera legal y bueno, pues a lo que llegamos es prácticamente a tratar de buscar una manera de cómo producir y soportarnos financieramente. Tengo la oportunidad de encontrar algo muy pronto. En ese lugar es donde yo conozco, bueno, pues al que después me caso con él, el papá de mis hijos. Pues nos enamoramos y decidimos formar una familia. Cuando yo quedo embarazada empieza a dar ansiedad y un seguro privado en ese momento para nosotros no estaba a nuestro alcance. Afortunadamente uno tiene como que acceso a los dos mundos, ¿verdad? Y si tienes una visa de turista o eres residente, ciudadano, pues es muy fácil y bastante económico acceder a seguros de salud o dentales, hospitales, farmacias en Nuevo Laredo. Entonces, eso es muy accesible. En mi caso, pues me ayudó bastante. Obviamente, eso me hizo sentir mucho más tranquila, saber que de alguna manera, mientras pasaba lo de mi situación legal, pues yo iba a poder ser atendida en México. No fue planeado, me embarazo muy pronto de mi segundo hijo. Tuve que volver a hacer lo mismo, ir a Nuevo Laredo, atenderme allá con la doctora que me había visto de mi hija. Todo aparentemente estaba bien y desafortunadamente hubo una complicación como por el sexto o séptimo mes de embarazo y por falta de atención médica no fue detectado a tiempo. Me dice el doctor, bueno, no está bien, esto no se ve nada bien. Aquí en Laredo no hay cirujanos para bebés, probablemente el bebé vaya a necesitar una operación de emergencia, vete para San Antonio inmediatamente. Mi bebé nace con problemas en el cerebro, su cerebro no se alcanza a desarrollar por todo el fluido que se le va a su cabecita. El bebé lo mantenemos, los doctores lo mantienen con vida artificial solamente 10 días. Mi bebé muere en mis brazos. La situación de mi hijo sí pudo haberse evitado si se hubiera detectado a tiempo. Afortunadamente mi situación legal finalmente ya se había arreglado unos meses antes de que pasara todo lo de mi hijo. Una de mis primas que vivían en Nuevo Laredo, ella fallece. Ahora sí que nada más alcanza a tener a su último hijo y fallece 9 meses después. Ella me pide que me quede con Andrés. Dios me lo manda, no porque me fuera a reemplazar a mi hijo, para nada, nunca lo vi de esa manera, pero pasa esa situación de que yo pierdo uno y por otra situación las cosas se acomodan y de repente yo me veo con otro bebé en mis brazos. O sea, fue así como que un milagro para mí. Yo dije, no, Dios me quiere mucho. Mi situación definitivamente hubiera sido diferente si yo hubiera tenido un seguro de salud. Mi vida hubiera sido otra cosa. Mi hijo a lo mejor estuviera aquí, no lo sé, pero siempre pensar en esa posibilidad es lindo. Yo vendo seguros ahora después de que cambié de carreras. Yo sé la importancia que es de verdad tener un seguro de salud ahora. Por eso yo hablo con mis clientes y les digo, ¿sabe qué califica para esto? Como yo ya pasé por esa situación de lo que es no tener un seguro, empujo mucho eso ahora con mis clientes. Pues yo como madre me siento súper orgullosa de que al final de toda esta jornada tan difícil y tan tan linda al mismo tiempo. Mis hijos se unen a las Fuerzas Armadas a servir a su país, a nuestro país que tanto nos ha dado, y eso la verdad me tiene a mí súper contenta. Mi corazón está agradecido y bendecido por todo lo que ahora tengo.
Each of these stories today show us the complex challenges and barriers women face as they try to build a better life for themselves and their children. Our final honoree, Layla Shananovic, found herself facing financial challenges after leaving an abusive relationship. Please be advised that the video describes domestic abuse.
So all of the thesis and everything in my art today kind of resembles how art can heal. My name is Layla. I came to the United States as a refugee from Bosnia and Herzegovina, divorced, single mom of 3 amazing kids, and also entrepreneur. And this is my story. So I was 17, almost 18 when I came to the United States as a refugee. And that was an experience that I don't wish upon anybody. So work allowed me to kind of gain skills. Work allowed me to learn language. I worked really hard, and my brother was too young to work, and we didn't know if my dad was alive at the time, so everything fell on my shoulder. Another thing was to stay on welfare and be humiliated every day and treated like nobody. And from selling cigarettes and luggage and electronics and cleaning and being a hostess in a restaurant, I ended up working in a hotel because my English was decent enough at the time, and that's where I met my ex-husband. This is kind of embarrassing because you want to think of yourself as a strong woman who knows how to recognize the signs of abuse. I remember even when we were dating, him just showing me his ugly side. And I exited the car and I broke it off. But he came back with flowers, with please, with I beg you, forgive me, and I caved. So my career took off. I'm a super hard worker, I'm a fast learner, I'm a go-getter. I started doing commercial real estate in New York and we were living pretty well. But again, not recognizing the signs of abuse, and one of those was that abuser will take you out of your comfort zone. So we moved all the way from New York, where my safety net is, to San Antonio, Texas, where I don't know anybody. It took me years to get him safely out of the house. I filed for the divorce. I paid for the attorney out of my own pocket. I did everything just so he can be happy and exit. There were no boundaries. He would come back knocking. First time I called the police was when I woke up with him on top of me at 4:15 in the morning. And I was just in disbelief that this is happening, yet you have to stay composed. I have no phone, and I hear him breaking everything. Dining room table, pictures. I mean, he broke everything that was valuable to me. And it took me hours to get courage to call 911, because now I have to explain to my daughter and my sons what's happening. And it's humiliating. He has left the house, so I'm left with a mortgage, with car payments, with phone bills, with kids, with daycare, with everything. My kids will hear on the news, well, even if you have a green card, you're gonna get deported. Well, I had a green card. So now I could not afford $400 to apply for my, is it N11? I forgot the name of the form for the citizenship paperwork. But I had to not pay water bill and not pay the car payment in order to apply for the citizenship. So my kids do not have those type of triggers. Now they're thinking somebody's gonna come and take their mommy away and ship me to a country that they've never been to. So those were the kind of decisions that were being made every single day. There was a time that we did have to go on food stamps, and it was $98 because I make too much money, so I could not get more than that. I have a gazillion jobs. I am a founder of my own organization for the life coaching. Today, when you come to my house and my studio, we have glasses that we break, we have plates that we break, because that's life. It's fragile. We are fragile, and it's okay to be broken. But then with all of those pieces, we make these amazing things that last a lifetime. I repurposed the door that my ex-husband, you can see his fists through it, and that's my workstation in my studio. We need to start looking at another woman as a sister, as a mother, as a partner, and help each other. And yes, organizations need to take more steps, but we have to empower each other first in order to be able to rebuild the system. I'm gonna fight because I think I'm worthy. My kids deserve better.
Powerful, dedicated, invincible warriors, survivors, luchonas y trabajadoras. That's how I describe you, ladies. And now it is my great honor to bring them to the stage. Please welcome Angela Driver, Bianca Alejandra, Brittany Reyes, Iris Nuno, Juliana Bartlett, Francia Martinez, Liliana Argaiz, and Leija Shinanovic. So we are now presenting these awards for all of these women. We're actually going to have you guys come up here so we can take some pictures. Beautiful, beautiful. So let me also say that this could not be possible without the support of Valero Energy. Please join me in welcoming today Laura Vaccaro, Vice President for Community Investment and Engagement at Valero.
Thank you, Mady, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm excited to have the opportunity to say a few words on behalf of Valero today. We are incredibly proud to support this amazing organization in honoring 8 deserving and incredibly inspiring women: Angela, Bianca, Brittany, Iris, Juliana, Francia, Liliana, and Leija. All I can say is wow. Thank you so much for courageously sharing your stories with all of us today. I am inspired beyond words, and I stand proudly with you as a woman who was raised by a single mom and faced many of the similar challenges that you faced growing up. To all those who have uttered, "Why can't they just?" I hope that now you will say, "Why can't we all just open our minds and our hearts, exhibit empathy, and lift each other up instead of placing judgment? Why can't we all just live with the strength and resilience of these incredible, and the strength and resilience that these incredible women have demonstrated?" At Valero, we believe that lifting each other up and lifting up our community is the key to our success. For 41 years, we have done just this in markets around the world where we live and operate. We stand resolutely by the YWCA's mission and vision of eliminating racism, empowering women, and promoting peace, justice, freedom, and dignity for all. One of the core values of our deeply rooted company culture is people. And that means we consider our employees to be our greatest asset. We foster a culture that supports diversity, equality, and inclusion, and provide a safe, healthy, and rewarding work environment with opportunities for every employee for growth, leadership, and new challenges, no matter what. It truly takes all of us to drive change and progress in our communities, and we believe wholeheartedly that we are stronger together. Thank you all for being here with us today, for your support of the YWCA, and for the 8 women honored and all the amazing women in our community. Thank you so much.
Thank you again, Laura, and thank you to Valero for your generosity. And please join me in welcoming to the stage YWCA board member, Dr. Teresa Galan-Bruce.
It's going to be hard to put words together after those videos. So it's a good thing I have a script. Thank you, Mady, very much. And thank you, Laura Vaccaro and Valero, for your commitment and continued support of young women and girls in our community. We couldn't do this alone. It takes all of us pitching in. I'm Teresa Galan-Bruce. I am a board member with the YWCA, and I'm also the chair for the board development group. Our board chair, Marisa Resendiz, is on maternity leave. Actually, I hear she's in labor right now, so she couldn't be with us today. So if we could all keep her in our thoughts. So again, before I forget, I really do want to thank our generous sponsors and supporters of the YWCA for helping us help the most vulnerable members in our society, in our community, which are women and children. I have been on the board, I think, about 5 years, and when I was initially approached to serve on the board, I wasn't sure due to the demands on my time at the moment. But when I heard the mission to eliminate racism and empower women, I had to make it work. I knew I needed to be part of that organization because these values align with both my professional values as a social worker and my values personally, and actually my lived experience as a Mexican-American woman who lived and was raised on the West Side and grew up not far from the Olga Madrid Center. So I knew that there were women who came before me, and it was part of honoring them to continue and help this type of organization. Many women today that we honored talked about and shared their stories that remind us of the systemic barriers that impede and encumber the trajectory towards self-sufficiency. At times, they derail those efforts towards self-sufficiency. And so I have witnessed this, in hearing these stories, I have witnessed this first professionally as a social worker when I sit across many women who have such similar stories. And it's heartbreaking, it really is. And I've witnessed it personally in my own life. Most recently, when I went back to school to pursue my graduate education, I encountered those barriers. I'm a first-generation college graduate in my family, and my academic journey was neither traditional nor was it linear in any way. Reflecting on those years, if I didn't have the support of my family, but also the support of the women who went before me and paved the way, and the women who I encountered on my journey, the women who served as mentors for me, who guided me, who told me that I belonged, because so many of the times, especially in graduate school, I didn't feel that I belonged. I don't know if anyone knows like imposter syndrome, but it was palpable during graduate school for me. And you know, I think back and I wonder, if I hadn't had those women along my journey, Would I have finished graduate school, much less had the courage to go on and pursue a doctorate? I don't know. I honestly don't know. Those women empowered me and they supported me. They were remarkable women, and just reminds us how we all need one another to move forward, because we move forward when we move together. So as our honorees shared, the path for women, especially for mothers, has many barriers and roadblocks. And we as women must work together. We must work together to empower each other and one another, and as Layla noted, to rebuild a system to better address the needs of women, all women. This is why the YWCA San Antonio exists. Its programs, high-quality childcare, youth services, economic empowerment, and health equity create a much, much needed safety net in our community. YWCA's racial justice and gender equity programs advocate for policy change, system change, and importantly for narrative change, because we have to create a society that is responsive rather than punitive towards the most vulnerable in our community. The YWCA is a safety net for so many vulnerable women and children, and especially women and children of color. In our community, I wanted to share a little bit of what YWCA has done during COVID. The YWCA San Antonio distributed over 100,000 pounds of food to nearly 1,000 families during the pandemic. The YWCA stayed open and provided high-quality childcare to our families, and also provided remote learning support for our working families. And I say that again, our working families. And the YWCA provided medical services such as mammograms, COVID testing, and vaccines to those who could not access these services. The Why Can't They Just video speaks to our experience as women with stories that I think many can relate to. It has been said that as women, we're one paycheck, one cataclysmic event away from financial devastation. With Why Can't We Just, the YWCA hopes to share these stories and other stories from women in the community. Why? To change hearts and to change minds. That's how we change policy. Ultimately, the call to action on the Why Can't They Just website will be to create an emergency fund to support women who find themselves at a cataclysmic point in their lives. Today, we respectfully ask you to make a gift to YWCA San Antonio. Your gift will support the ongoing work of the YWCA to help women break the cycle of poverty and to move towards self-sufficiency. They cannot do it alone. They need all of us for that. Your gift will support YWCA programs and ongoing operations to serve as a safety net in the community. So I ask you to join the YWCA board members who support the organization and to make a gift today. And just before I was walking up here, I got a little bit of news I needed to add on there, and it's not on my script, so I hope I don't mess it up. That Allergy San Antonio is going to match our donations up to $25,000, so please keep that in mind. So you can, on the back of your program, I believe there's a QR code you can scan, and that will take you directly to the YWCA donation page. You can donate there, or we also have the cards. You can fill those out. If you choose the latter, there are YWCA staff members around and willing to pick up your cards once you complete them. And again, thank you all for your generosity and support. And thank you to the women, those 8 remarkable and courageous women. Who shared their sacred story with us. Thank you. And so I invite you all to continue to honor them, to honor these women through your ongoing support and donations. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Galan Bruce. Thank you. So please continue to make your donations and hand your donation cards to YWCA staff. And now, hold on to your raffle ticket because we're about to announce today's raffle winners. So here we go. All I have to say is, who runs the world, girls? Okay, so we are going to actually start it off with the hiatus spa and the, what was it? The candles, the bath and, ooh, yes. Bath and Body Works, here we go. Okay, I'm not looking. I'm not looking. Okay, I'm looking. All right, here we go. Miss Marissa Taylor, can you please stand up? She's with the Argo Group, located on Houston Street, by the way. There she is, right over here on my left-hand side. Congratulations. You are now the winner of Hiatus Spa and Bath and Body Works. How about that, girl? You are going to smell good, really good.
And Valero donated 8 fuel cards, so we're going to pull from here.
You want to say that? I can say it too. Go ahead. All right. We got one more thing that just popped up. So Valero donated 8. What was that again?
8 fuel cards.
8 fuel cards. How about that? All right, so here we go. Let's pull another card. Are we pulling 8 cards? Oh, we're pulling 8 cards, you guys. How about I do this? We'll start with 1. Miss Patricia Clow. And she's with Delight. Raise your hand. Where's she? There she is over there. Congratulations. There we go. That's 1. I'm going to grab 2. Okay. Real quick. How about Miss Patricia Sanchez with Argo Group? Right over there on the left-hand side, wearing the pink blouse. Congratulations. And that's how many? That's 1, 2, 3. 4th, Sarah Goodman with a Grand Hyatt. Miss Sarah, way over there at the end. I see you. Congratulations.
Dora's coming around.
3, 4. Yeah, 4 more to go. All right, I got 2 more over here. And let's see, Miss Janmia is Jasamia. I believe that's it, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong. Jasamia?
Yesenia?
Is it? Oh, Yesenia. Yesenia.
With Valero.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is that?
The next one. Okay, the next one. Thank you.
All right, Miss Jill Jacobs. Jill Jacobs, there she is right over there. Congratulations. 5. All right, we got 3 more to go, I believe. Next is Jorge Saucedo, Vice President of Texas Community Bank. Mr. Saucedo, way over there. I see you. Congratulations. All right, we got 2 more to go. All right, let's count. Let's make sure we're doing this right. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more to go. All right, here we go. I've got Jesse, and that's Villarreal. Jesse Villarreal. Oh, it's Tessie. Sorry, that looked like a J. My bad. Congratulations. And we got the last one. 1 more to go. Here we go. And Haley Ellison. Haley Ellison. Congratulations.
1 more?
We're doing one more?
We're doing one more.
We're doing one more.
I'm getting signal. One more.
Make that 9. Perfect. One more. Here we go. Diana Rodriguez. Diana Rodriguez, right over there. There she is. Congratulations. And now for the big prize. Here we go.
Wine and dine.
This is for the wine and dine. Okay. Please, yes, that'd be great. Thank you. Let me see where I can get these. That's right. So remember, we got 2 wine and dine packages, 1 family fun package, a wellness and self-care package, 2 golf and drink packages, and of course our grand prize today, the America's Diamond Pendant. All right, so we got the winner. Okay, this is the first of the winner for the wine and dine package, and this is going to go out to Marissa Taylor. Marissa Taylor, please stand up. And the second one, because remember there's 2. Kathy Kirsten. Congratulations, you two. Those are the 2 wins for the wine and dine packages. And now for the 1 family fun package. Make it suspenseful, right? Oh, come on now. Miss Tara Shelton. Miss Tara Shelton, there she is. So she just won our 1 family fun package. And now a wellness and self-care package that will be going out to... There we go, thank you. Josh Coldwell. Josh, there he is. There's Josh. All right, and the next one. This one is actually one of 2 golf and drink packages. So 2 packages for some golf and drinks. Oh, perfect, perfect. We got 2 right here. Miss Sandra Brown. Sandra Brown right there. Congratulations. And Miss Yesenia Alcala. There she is. Congratulations. You look very surprised. And of course, our grand prize winner, extra spins. That's right, let's do it. And again, our grand prize is an America's Diamond Pendant. Here we go. The grand prize winner is Sarah Santos. Sarah Santos, congratulations. I see you over there. Stand up, Sarah, because now we're all going to want to see that pendant. Congratulations. Is that it right over here? Oh, never mind. So congratulations to you guys all. Let's see. Oh, I think that's it. Oh my goodness. It went by too fast for me, I gotta tell you. All right, so thank you again to all for all your generosity. Thank you so much to our generous sponsors and donors. We hope all of you would join us next year for the YWCA 2022 Women of Influence Awards Luncheon. And of course, like us on Facebook. And by the way, to see the pictures of today's event, you can always go to that Facebook page, YWCA. Thank you so much for joining us today. Have a wonderful rest of your day and have a wonderful weekend coming up. Enjoy those prizes.
Please, Honorees, please come to the stage for a group picture.
Y'all come over here. Y'all come this way. Do y'all mind if we go into the front where the step repeat is and get the shot done? Let's do that. You wanna know where that's at? Follow me, because there's no room up here. I can't get a group. Follow me. We're going to the step repeat.
Before they go, can I get a quick picture with them? We can just group it right over here. Do you mind?
Yeah, we're going to do a step repeat out there.
Oh, yeah, perfect. I just need a quick.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have you.
There's not room here.
Head it up.
You ready? You ready? One more. Okay. So y'all follow me out there real quick, please. This way.
I got you. What was?